Hello, everybody. Welcome to Comic Book Syndicate. It is G.I.Jolie and Mike-EL here to review the latest Marvel Studios film. Hello, Jolie.
Hello.
So let's just jump right into it here. This is the second Marvel movie of the year and the third big superhero movie of the year after Thunderbolts and Superman. What's your first impression of FF? First steps.
I already liked the look and feel of the trailer, so I wasn't scared of what was going to happen. First impressions after having seen it?
Yeah, what's your general, impression of the film?
Enthusiastic. It's enthusiasm, like all around enthusiasm. I don't care what they do. I guess I'll start with this. I went with my sister, and she was like, also nobody in her family wanted to see it. So we went together, and she was like, I said, do you know what? I don't care if it's good or bad, but I know it's going to be better than anything that currently exists.
Mm.
So I just need for the Fantastic Four to be redeemed, and then I will go away. And then I'll let it go away in my mind. So I went in with very, very low expectations, but knowing that is it Matt Shakeman who directed, the same guy who did WandaVision?
Yes.
Knowing that I really liked the era treatments for WandaVision, I was at least a little bit hopeful, and that really didn't let me down. So,
well, here's the thing: is the idea to set the FF in the 1960s is, of course, my idea. And I tweeted it to Kurt Busiek, and he said that's unnecessary. But I guess Marvel Studios decided to use it anyway. But
he obviously wasn't in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
When they decided that.
Right. So here's the thing: is I loved WandaVision, especially the first half, the first 4 episodes. But this trailer, I love the vibe. I love the 60s vibe, of course, and it reminds me how bad modern cinematography and colors are. At least in this movie, they had, furniture with cool colors and lighting with cool colors and, the funky designs of all the old news TV shows and all that stuff. I loved all that. I also love how it was isolated from the rest of the Marvel Universe, right? However, from almost the first frame, I just felt like it's like I could feel in every shot, I knew exactly what they were going for, but I feel like in every shot and every scene and every line, nothing to me gelled. From the moment that they opened up with the whole pregnancy thing, to me, I thought it was a very odd way to start a movie. But that's fine. But then scene 2, they're sitting at dinner or breakfast, and I never felt like the rapport between Johnny and Ben really was that good, or I don't think they were that funny. And I felt like every time they tried to stage one of those jokes or moments to show them bonding, it felt like it was chopped up by intrusive editing, and like all the natural moments between the actors were impeded by the editing that chopped it up too quickly and too broke it up too much. And then I know what they were going for with the newsreels and like the summarizing their origins and all that stuff, but I never felt like I did, like when I was watching WandaVision, especially the first 4 episodes or whatever it was that were set in the sitcoms. I loved all that stuff. Like I was on the edge of my seat for that stuff. But it's almost like, well, it's one thing to direct a movie, but they needed a story that matched that kind of thing to pull me in. And even though all the elements were there, I feel like, because if you read the credits, there's like 5 people credited for the screenplay. I felt like there was too many cooks and it spoiled the stew. That's my impression.
That's your very first impression.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a very thick, well thought out first impression.
Well, I mean, okay, let's put it this way. Why don't we talk about the way that things happen? Like, okay, the pregnancy. At first I thought, okay, why is this the focus? Now, obviously we find out why it's the focus, which is fine. Mm-hmm. It's different from the comics. Okay, that's totally fine. Well,
since we're the comic book syndicate, maybe we should just let people know too. Like, okay, it's different from the comics. What happened in the comics?
Well, Galactus, sorry, Silver Surfer appears on Earth as kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
harbinger for Galactus. Galactus appears. Then Galactus is confronted by the Uatu the Watcher. And I've read this story several times. I don't remember exactly to be... Oh, I know it resolves. The Watcher gives the Fantastic Four the idea to use the ultimate nullifier. Johnny Storm has to fly to like the other side of the galaxy to get it, which is a little bit far-fetched for a movie. Okay. And I don't remember if they use it as a threat or what ends up happening. I don't remember how the story is resolved.
Yeah, it's very
And we reviewed
foggy.
it in the Nerdy Book Club. Now, here's the thing: is I am the world's biggest fan of Jack Kirby, and I love '60s Marvel, but I'm also not going to pretend that any of those '60s Marvel stories had great resolutions. Most of them were loaded with great ideas and great moments, but I don't think any of them were masterpieces, other than maybe like Amazing Fantasy 15 or something, which has like a beginning, middle, and end. But I don't expect them to follow exactly what happened in the comics, and that's fine. But like even the way that they introduced Silver Surfer was cool, but it could have been done slightly better. The way that they introduced Galactus almost reminded me of Star Trek 1, the motion picture, going into like this gigantic kind of space station, which was pretty cool. But again, it's like they're going to this space station or whatever it was, and the rapport between the characters in the spaceship didn't really click for me. Like Stan Lee is funny. We've seen Stan Lee. We've met him. He is a funny guy. His dialogue is funny. Like even now when you read it, it's funny. But I didn't find any of the dialogue in this movie funny. Like none of the moments between Johnny and Ben were funny. There was, I don't know. Just little things like that. Like
it was cute. It wasn't like like
right.
super super funny, but it was
okay. It was okay.
yeah.
And then,
It was enough to keep the story going, to keep you semi interested.
Sure.
The one thing I will say though is that it didn't like go overboard. It didn't give you too much, which I applaud the movie for doing.
Like too funny, you mean?
To anything. Like 5 different storylines. There were several different storylines, but there weren't so many that they were hard to keep track of, that the storylines or plots interfered with each other. It all very much like worked out. It was very point A, point B, point C. Things that were happening with Ben emotionally, they kind of set that up just in case there's another one to happen. You know what I mean?
Okay, why don't we do this? Do you want to just jump, as we usually do, go through the actors, and then that'll kind of bring up the rest of the plot. Okay.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
Do you have their... Okay.
I'll bring.
Can we just talk about him like later though?
Save him for last?
No, whatever. We'll talk about him first.
I'll bring up the cast as we're talking. I love Pedro Pascal, but I just got to be honest.
Doesn't?
I don't know if he's the best choice for Reed Richards. Is it okay to say that?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on if you already have an idea of who Reed Richards is in your head.
Well, of course, yeah.
I don't.
Right.
Because I've seen so many people do a Reed Richards that it's like, okay, I enjoy your take on this. I think his chemistry with the actress Vanessa
Kirby,
who plays the Invisible Woman, I think that their chemistry is right. So I almost don't care that he isn't anything like I thought Reed Richards would be. The Jonathan Hickman Reed Richards? No, they're different. Yeah, they're different. I was like, it kind of comes close, but not really. But
I mean, okay, let's put it this way. Besides the way that he acted, besides the way he speaks, as far as the writing, did he do anything in this movie that showed how intelligent he was? Because when I think of like...
He did a lot of math on a lot of blackboards.
Exactly. And it's like, to me, I like the way someone like Grant Morrison or Alan Moore would hit you over the head with like, oh, I just used this pen and this, stapler to make a way to make a phone call. Like something that's over the top, but something that shows this guy is the smartest guy on earth. But, just doing math problems, I'm sorry, that is... First of all, that's bullshit. And second of all, it's a movie. We got to visually see how you can do this. And I don't know. It just...
But he's also inventing at the same time. I think his intelligence was very well. It was on display, right? So he's supposed to be super intelligent, and well, I mean, at least to the level of we're going into outer space privately as citizens. I think that was pretty good. I mean, he created an ultrasound machine
Yeah, I guess I don't know.
in his office. Um, do you know what he did? The one part where he, where they're trying to figure out this mess with Galactus, and he uses a quote, or someone says a quote. He's like, "That's how we do it. That's how we do it," and then he does it. It shows it shows his ability to not just be like strictly a math head, where like the laws that govern math are apply there. But he can theorize and improvise as an intelligent person as well, which is really nice to see. I mean, all four are super brilliant. So I don't. I mean, other than the fact that it took Johnny Storm a lot longer than him to translate the Silver Surfer's language, which they told us.
Yeah, which
But
now here's the thing is, let's just talk about Joseph Quinn, because in the writing of Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, if this problem was really as dire as it's supposed to be, why would he keep this a secret from Reed Richards? Why wouldn't he just say, listen, I've got this idea, help me out? And then Reed Richards could have helped. But instead, it's like, I'm going to do it in secret and waste time and risk the fate of humanity because I want to translate this myself.
I think they kind of set that up in the beginning, that Reed is like a tortured, intelligent genius, and that he is very preoccupied and sort of has a one-track mind when he sets his mind to something. He's like gets ultra hyper-focused on something, and that I don't think it necessarily was a secret. I think that he was like, whatever, I'll just do it because Reed ignores me for the most part anyway. And they set that up. That meeting where he forgets that he's going to talk to Johnny, that did a lot of heavy lifting, in my opinion. So it's like, well, whatever, sister, we're just going to tell. Reed's very focused on something else, so we're just going to let him take the lead on that one. I'll do this one, because he still is written almost as if he has something to prove, even though he's part of this like group of four astronauts. Just because what he's Sue's younger brother. It's weird. Like, he's part of the fold. I don't know why he's got like this big heart on to
right
prove to Reed that he is like adequate.
Well, okay, so here we go. He's got something to prove, blah blah blah. When they go to the Galactus' ship or whatever, he says something like, "Oh, I know what you're thinking. Johnny loves stars. Johnny loves women." Or maybe he says that in the headquarters, the Baxter Building.
Johnny loves space and Johnny loves women, and now there's one super.
But here's the thing, though. Where did we see that? Because in the 2005 Fantastic Four, we saw Chris Evans driving hot rods. We saw him be with girls. Like, that's Johnny Storm. But in this movie, all we needed was one shot. We never saw it. So how do we know that that's what he is? Where did we see him? Like, at least the Thing walked and picked up that car and interacted with the kids. But what did Johnny Storm do to show that he's Johnny Storm?
I think that he might have shown, or that they might have filmed where he shows that he's Johnny Storm, and they may have cut that out. And I wonder if it's just one of those things where they're like, no, him just like sort of seeing the Silver Surfer was enough to illustrate that he's a little girl crazy or alien crazy. But it was weird that that's how that was framed, because he couldn't just like be enamored with the idea of like this being and like how beautiful this being was, and then just kind of get obsessed with it in that way. But it had to be qualified with the fact that he, is male and is very woman driven. Like, but who cares? He could just be. They're astronauts. We have already qualified that he loves space. They could have just been like. They could have just been like. They could have just ignored that whole line. All been like, Johnny's getting very obsessed with this woman-shaped creature.
Right.
So,
Well, okay, let's just keep going. Let's talk about Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. I was actually skeptical about her because I do think she's a great actress, and I saw her
mhm,
in oh geez, Pieces of a Woman. I don't remember what it was called. One of those movies from that year, and she was really
mhm.
good. I actually thought she might be too glamorous to play Sue Storm because I picture Sue Storm as more of just not Vanessa Kirby. However, to be fair, now that I've seen the movie,
Oh,
she might have been the best one. One of my favorites in the movie. I thought she was great, and the writing of her character was great. What do you think?
yeah. I don't really know a lot about that actress at all. But she has this like really like this delicateness, but also she's not so pretty that you don't take her seriously. She's not so blonde that you don't take her seriously.
Right.
Um, I guess the only thing aesthetically that was really hard to get around, except for the fact that I feel like this is a futuristic representation of like um, of the 50s and 60s. So you kind of don't really think about it. Was she has that typical like Instagram injection face,
Yep.
so you can see like how you can see where the lines on her features have been like these are all words I'm making up, but like
Yeah,
Botoxified
I know
or
what you mean.
injectified.
Yep.
And it's a that is something that's very indicative of a look that current women are
Mm-hmm.
participating in some men. Well, I mean, all genders really, but and that kind of all of the close-ups of her face, it was very distracting because she's a very beautiful woman.
Well, yes, that's what I think.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think that's why I thought that she wasn't right for the role because even though she is beautiful, she kind of has that pouty, I'm always posing face. Like she's always
hmm,
posing for an Instagram camera, right?
yeah, or like permanent upper lip duck, like upper duck lip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I just have it. This is not injected, but like
Yep.
a lot of people inject to get that, and
Mm-hmm.
it's visible.
Yep.
And I'm not judging it or saying that it's wrong, because everybody can do what they want to make themselves feel the best. Um, but I expected sort of from that, like she just doesn't look of that era.
Right.
That's like the only thing that isn't of that era, because like you have like the mid-century modern furniture, and then you have like the atomic craze kind of looking
Mm-hmm.
version um of that time. But then you have her, and she looks like she's ripped from the 2020s. So
So okay, we already talked about Joseph Quinn, but I just want to say, if we're gonna talk about looks, I don't like Joseph Quinn's fucking face. I'm sorry. Chris Evans was a perfect Johnny Storm. Joseph Quinn is not Johnny Storm to me at all.
no, he has like he still looks like he's 15.
And he also has really bad contact lenses, giving him those blue
Oh,
eyes. Eh? And
yeah, I I think like the whole like the whole Thrasher look that he had in Stranger Things, it really interfered with the way they made him look in this movie.
right. And
Like it just had that look in my head, and it wasn't going anywhere.
I don't love his acting. I don't love his acting. Like he just always I don't know. He didn't do anything for me to be honest.
No,
It wasn't great.
eh,
Yeah. It wasn't great.
no.
One more actor to talk about in the FF team, and that is the actor that played the Thing, and that was I'm not familiar with this actor, Eben Moss Backrack. I don't know him. Do you?
Yes, he plays the cousin in The Bear.
Oh, which I haven't seen. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things
um,
about it.
it's like if you want to have a panic attack while you're watching television, you may as well just watch The Bear.
Sure.
Um, but yeah, he is a phenomenal actor. I I'm sad that he had to act through CGI. He,
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of unavoidable, but yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah, yeah. but it. I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
He's like a great Ben, I
Well,
guess.
the thing is I don't he didn't have the right voice for me. Like I don't know if they were trying to give him a New York accent, but it wasn't thick enough. It should have been thicker to me.
I think I want to say maybe he's just been steeped in the Chicago one for too long
Maybe.
because that's where the bear takes place. I don't know. Maybe he's kind of confused. But.
Okay. So that's the FF. Let's talk
Mhm.
about Ralph Ineson as Galactus, who we both know from The Witch, as well as other films. I thought he was perfect. What do you think?
Galactus is scary as hell.
Yes. And I mean,
I was like, oh god, what are they gonna do? He was still purple, but he
yeah,
was scary.
yes. Like it was basically the right costume, just darkened colors. Yeah, but he looked great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it was like I thought they were gonna go once they did it. I was like, oh weird, they're gonna like juxtapose H.R. Geiger into here somehow, like
Hmm.
H.R. Geiger like
Sure.
atmosphere and environments, but no, they I don't know how to like. It felt like the Borg. There's like this very good sense of hopelessness whenever you saw Galactus, and
Sure.
like the voice was great.
Mm-hmm. The
Um,
voice was perfect. Yes.
mhm. Like the whole when they set up like the whole world eating. The best parts of this movie were the Silver Surfer and Galactus.
Let's talk about Shala Ball, Julia Garner. I thought she was perfect. And I've actually never seen her act before, but she was perfect.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen her act in anything, I don't think. No, I've never seen, what's her show?
She was in that one with Jason Bateman where they like uh embezzling money for
Yeah,
the
the Ozarks?
Ozark.
Ozark, yeah, no, I've never seen it. I've only seen her in interviews. I think she's great, but she was really good in this movie.
What are you doing with your mornings? Why
Watching,
are you not watching these shows?
watching,
Rewatching
Why,
Airplane?
why am I watching 76 John Ford movies in a row and 51 Woody Allen movies in a row? That's what I'm doing. Yeah. But
You owe it to Julia Garner to watch Ozark.
okay, I will. I will.
Yeah, and then that one where she plays like the fake German heiress.
Is that a movie?
It's a Netflix one. Yeah,
Interesting. Okay, I'll check that out. I mean, I have a huge list now. A huge list.
yeah, she's a great
Yeah,
actress.
she's
Yeah.
perfect in this movie. And some people complained that it wasn't Norn Rad, whatever. I don't care. The only other actor I want to talk
Who?
about, yeah, the original Silver Surfer.
No, I know. I was just like,
Yeah,
whatever.
who cares? I just want to say one more thing. I am glad that they had Herbie in the movie, played by Matthew Wood, because that was always my thing. Because we just want to point out quickly, Herbie was created for the cartoon. I think it was the 1978 cartoon. When they created that one, they didn't have the rights to the Human Torch, so they had to create a new fourth member. So they created Herbie. Then they put Herbie in the comics. Then they got rid of Herbie. But I always thought, no, keep him around because he gives the Fantastic Four that retro futurism vibe, right? And so I'm glad that they had him in this movie. And the way that his face was just a tape, that was so cool, right? I love that stuff. Like, I know that I actually, this is kind of a spoiler, but I expected at the end of the movie they would already incorporate them into the main MCU, but that's probably going to happen in Secret Wars, right? I guess. But I hope that they keep Herbie if they bring him into the present, if they bring these guys into the present.
Yeah, it's very clear that they had this set up a certain way, but then they had to write Jonathan Majors out of the MCU, so they had to go into a different direction.
Right.
Maybe that's why I felt this one felt a little bit stilted. But speaking of Herbie, do you know what? I agreed with you that like the laughs weren't like laughy, but every moment of comedy with Herbie was super cute and funny.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Like,
Yeah, the interaction with the robot was great.
it's kind of like, I guess, if we want to talk about, everyone talks about the post Endgame Marvel MCU, whatever. And my favorite things have been WandaVision, Hawkeye. I love Hawkeye.
Yes.
And
Parts of Loki.
yeah, that was okay. I actually, you and I both liked Love and Thunder.
I freaking love Love and Thunder.
Exactly, right? Me and you are the only ones. I don't care. And so it's kind of like for this.
Sometimes I'll walk up to members of my family and go, "Ah!"
Yeah. That's the thing is like me and you walked out of that and it was just one of those where we assumed everyone else on earth loved it, but no one did but us. But no, I don't care. I love it. But with this, I feel like they got the tone right. But here's the thing is now comparing it to Superman, I don't love Superman. Superman definitely got the tone right. But the biggest difference between Superman and this is Superman was written and directed by one person who had a specific vision of how to write the character and how to launch the DCU. This was 4 or 5 different writers, to me, written by committee, kind of like serving an agenda. But there was moments where they were trying to have a message about family and this, that, and the other. But I don't think there was any message.
Do you
morality.
feel like this was actually supposed to be the Fantastic Four movie, or was it supposed to be WandaVision Part 2? Like this, it felt choppy in the way that television shows feel.
Very choppy, very choppy.
And if you look at the director and all the writers, they're all part of the team. So I don't want to say that they're, only teleplay writers or anything, but I feel like I wouldn't be surprised if this was one of those like long if this ended up if it was meant to be sort of like a WandaVision.
Well, I know what you're saying. I don't think that it was ever
limited series.
I don't think they would ever I don't want to say waste, but they would never waste the FF on a TV series. However, it's possible that the writers wrote it that way because that's how they know how to write, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it just felt kind of like I don't know. Even when Galactus appeared, it wasn't quite as good as it could have been. I still say, I don't care what anyone says, you know what one of the best superhero movies ever made is? Ghostbusters. It really is a superhero movie without secret identities. They have everything. They have uniforms. They have a headquarters. They have a cool car. They have a theme song, right? They go and fight monsters. Like when they have this, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in Ghostbusters, even though that movie's a comedy, was in a way more effective because when he's attacking the city, there's a real threat of danger of all the people in New York scrambling to get out of the way. And I don't know. I think in this movie, even though it was fairly well done, I think it could have been better.
It felt very singular, or like where the heck is Earth 838 639?
I can't remember.
Whichever one they chose because it was so and so's birthday. Like
that could be, yeah.
Also, do you know what I want to say? The appearance of Jack Kirby in the movie was fun.
I didn't notice that. Where?
The cartoonist.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Okay.
Because it's like, well, I'm assuming he's supposed to be Jack Kirby.
It probably
or like
is.
A version of Jack Kirby. Because they had Jack Kirby's art all over this guy's studio, and it was like he had like the little vest and like curly brown hair. I
realize that. Okay. Well,
that was super cool to me. Jack Kirby was all over this thing.
Well, see, here's the thing is that cartoon at the end was good because at first I thought, oh, this is the actual 60s cartoon, but it wasn't because they incorporated, what's his name? Pedro Pascal's mustache into the cartoon. So it was obviously created for the movie, but it was a very good recreation of the style of the 60s cartoon, right? So.
Oh, yeah.
But by the way, why was what's her name? Is it Natasha Lyons? Why was she in this movie?
Natasha Lyonne? Isn't she the artist that ended up dating?
No, that's the thing. She's playing Rachel Rosman, not Alicia Masters. So I don't know who she's supposed to be. I mean,
maybe it's a different character, but meant to be the same. Something to do with ownership of the character.
It could be. I mean, I don't know. There's probably people online that know more about this than we do. I'm actually searching quick.
And they'll tell us. Yeah. If they're listening, they'll tell us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
What about, really quickly, Paul Walter Hauser as the Mole Man?
Oh, my God.
He was okay.
I don't know that I'm familiar with this gentleman. Or maybe I am, and he just looks different.
Well, the Mole Man's supposed to be more of almost like Danny DeVito as the Penguin, like more of like a kind of a monster, and this guy was just a regular dude, which is fine. But
Well, I kind of liked his character, but also I screamed, "The Underminer!" Like, because I thought that was his name. Because they
oh,
did such
okay,
a good send up of him in like Disney's The Incredibles. I was like,
okay.
oh shoot, yeah.
Which also,
What's yeah.
go ahead.
Well, I mean, The Incredibles was a better Fantastic
It
Four
was a
movie
better
than
movie.
this
It's
was.
still a better movie. You're right. It was better.
Yeah.
And this is the thing is like, for all the praise that's going to be heaped on this movie, and it, by the way, it made more in the opening weekend than Superman, which shocked me.
It wasn't terrible.
No,
It just wasn't
that's what I
amazing.
mean. Yeah, I'm not saying, again, this is one of the things, one of the missions of this podcast. We want to get away from the whole idea that if a movie is a 6 out of 10, it's a piece of shit, and if it's a 7 out of 10, it's a masterpiece. I'm saying this movie was not as good as I wanted it to be, and it certainly was not as good as The Incredibles, right?
No.
Like, we're still talking
No.
about Incredibles 20 years later or whatever, and this movie, it was okay, but I don't think it's going to blow people's minds. I mean, it's a good representation of the Fantastic Four. Definitely the best adaptation. But if you go back and watch the Roger Corman 1994 Fantastic Four, it's nothing to sneeze at as far as an adaptation. It's fairly good.
Yeah, but Pedro Pascal's going to save the world. So they're luckily they cast him in a starring role. So this movie will continue. Will continue on the giant Disney gravy train. Marvel Disney gravy train.
And plus, now apparently they're saying Pedro Pascal is the face of Marvel now. So he's going to be the main man. So now he's the face of Marvel. He's the face of Star Wars. He's the face of what else? He has another TV show, Narcos, or he had one.
Oh yeah.
He was in Wonder Woman 1984.
Yes, he was.
Like, it's fine. It's fine. I just saw him last week in Eddington. Right? He's this year's Benedict Cumberbatch. Anyway, it's just funny.
He's this year's Pedro Pascal. He's okay.
Okay.
He has been ever since he came back into our lives. In
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones, he hasn't left.
Yeah.
He hasn't let us down, and now he's like, he's out there with his sister and supporting trans rights, and it's like, we need to protect Pedro Pascal and his family at all costs.
Well, he certainly is like a celebrity darling. Like, everybody loves him. That's important. I mean, let's be clear. When you're casting someone, all these things are important, which is why Jonathan Majors has been kind of sidelined, right? Because of various reasons we won't talk about. And I mean, I'm all for that. I don't know. I guess the thing is, go ahead.
No, it's like he's rebuilding his career.
Right.
Because I guess like a couple of the allegations didn't stick.
Sure, yeah, that's what I hear. Yeah.
But I mean, the damage is done now, and it sucks.
Right. But I just want to stand by my original stance, which is that I never liked him as Kang anyway. I thought he was terrible in Ant-Man Quantumania.
Well, I didn't mind him.
Okay. Or in Loki.
But I wasn't like super excited.
Right.
It just sucks because he is not a terrible actor. He's just a terrible person.
Well, okay, is there anything else we'd like to say? Okay, spoiler alert, let's talk about the secret post-credits endings. There was two of them. The first one was the revelation 4 years later when Sue Storm comes back into the room and sees someone.
Dr. Doom.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Yeah. I mean, that was fine. I don't know if that's supposed to be Robert Downey Jr. Because what is it? Robert Downey Jr. is this universe's Doctor Doom, I believe, right?
Apparently. And
then eventually there's going to be a different Doctor Doom, as far as I know, which is fine, whatever. I thought that was cool. Then there's the second post-credit sequence, which was, what, the cartoon? I don't remember.
Yes, the cartoon.
It was okay. I feel like they should have flipped it, though. Because the Doctor Doom one was worth waiting for.
I feel like I don't know why they do what they do, but the Doctor Doom one was like, we get to see an older Franklin Richards.
Yeah, like, what did you think of it? It was just like, why did they introduce Doctor Doom that way? I don't know. It wasn't great.
Well, yeah, well, because they were like kind of leaving breadcrumbs throughout the film. It's like, oh, all of the nations are meeting except for Liberia. They're never there. Like, and then to show him in that context, it's like, well, what are you trying to say about him?
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Whatever. I've just never been like a huge like Doctor Doom
Sure.
fan.
You know what's funny about Doctor Doom is I've read a million Doctor Doom stories, but I can't quite. Yeah, he's never been my favorite. I think it's because I don't quite understand his character. Maybe that's it. But he's not my favorite. No.
Yeah. Oh, like you're saying you don't understand his
Yeah, I don't
character?
quite get his character. I don't quite get it, or what his powers are. I've read tons of FF comics. I can't quite get a grasp on his power, but whatever, that's fine.
Yeah, from what I can discern from all the cosplayers is that everyone agrees for sure that he looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I guess now, okay, let's put it this way. Where do you rank this one?
Even though what like in the scale,
Well, whatever.
I liked Thunderbolts better than this.
Really?
Yeah. No, do you know what? Forget it. I no. It's Pedro Pascal.
You know what?
And the mid-century modern aesthetic that are like, here's Fantastic Four, here's Thunderbolts, very close second.
You know what I think? One thing I'll give Thunderbolts, it felt more coherent and focused.
Mm-hmm.
It was a singular story, and that made it better. However, it was a little bit more generic of a movie than this.
Mm-hmm.
However, but the director of Thunderbolts is now doing X-Men. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh no, I didn't.
Which is fine.
I didn't catch that one.
But I'd rather see someone more radical do it. But whatever, that's fine.
Yeah. Oh well.
Okay, so I guess that wraps up our FF review. What is the next superhero movie? I don't even know because there's no more Marvel movies coming this year, and there's no more DC movies coming this year. So it's gonna be a while, I think.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Is it all TV then?
Yeah, I guess it's TV. So you're gonna have to revive full volume.
That's what I said to Brent. I was like, "Girl, do you want to get on the horn and talk about like?" I mean, there's obviously Drag Race to waste the first 20 minutes of the podcast on, but I don't. God, there's just so much. Like, there's so many other things. Maybe it is all TV that's happening. So when is Avengers Doomsday coming out?
A year from now, around, I think.
Is it terrible that I'm not like, oh my God, excited?
No, because, okay, this is the last thing I'm going to say, is that those trailers they dropped, or whatever they were, those teasers showing all the actors.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, they are starting filming without a script. There's no finished script. And I really do not think that bringing back Robert Downey Jr. and all these actors is going to be as big a deal as they think it is. Because they've done this trick already. It's kind of like they did it in Spider-Man. And they did it in Logan. Or not Logan, but Deadpool versus Wolverine. And it's going to make a lot of money. But it's not going to revive Marvel. It's just going to be like... It's like... What is it when you squeeze a rag? It's like wringing the rag one more time. That's what it is. It's not a revival. It's not a reboot. I don't know. I don't think unless they do something drastic with X-Men, we're not going to see like a new Marvel for a while, I don't think.
Do you know what? And only because it's the characters, the only thing that I am getting out of hand excited about is X-Men.
Me too.
Would be X-Men because it's the X-Men.
Right.
I was kind of almost. I can be compelled to be out of hand excited for Fantastic Four because I feel like I've been betrayed every single other time. Especially that monstrosity that had Miles Teller in it as
that was garbage. Yeah.
As Reed.
As Reed.
He was Reed in that one. Yeah. I would have cast him as Johnny.
Miles?
Are we looking for blondes? Yeah.
I don't know. No, you're right. He actually would have maybe played Johnny better than this guy. You're right, Joseph Quinn.
Yeah. But to be honest, there were like other things that I was way more excited for. I went into Fantastic Four. It was totally fine. It wasn't terrible. Do you know what felt really good? Even though they're like, the Fantastic Four will be back in Avengers Doomsday, it didn't feel like a big world-driven or universe-driven machine. It still felt uh whole
Right.
without seeing other stuff.
Sure,
So
sure, sure. Well, anyway, I think what they're eventually going to do is they are going to reboot the Marvel Universe. They said they're recasting Captain America and Iron Man. So I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to reboot the universe and make it so that the FF does start the MCU, and they'll just be set in the modern time, which is fine. That's fine. I'm fine with it. But I just hope they do X-Men right, because that's the one, like you, I'm really excited about is X-Men.
yes, X-Men, and then if they did Squirrel Girl, that would be cool.
Yes. Or if they finally do Blade, that'd be cool.
Also, yes, I why did they stop?
I don't know.
Maybe what is it? Eddie Murphy? No. Oh my God.
Eddie Murphy? What, as Blade?
No. Sorry. Maybe Wesley Snipes. That's not a black people look the same joke.
Okay.
That's a legit. Anyway.
Sure.
I have since I was a kid. I always say the other's name in place of the other. Maybe Wesley Snipes had put his foot way down during Deadpool Wolverine and was like,
maybe he's just got.
Maybe he has pull. I don't know, but Mahershala Ali should have more pull.
I agree.
Okay.
But be sure to join us for every episode of Tape Crusaders and UK Corral. Until the next time, see you later.